This is Before 30.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is George and this is Before 30. In case it's your first time on this show, this is a platform where we feature the young, the vibrant and the amazingly talented Nigerians who are doing well in their chosen fields, career and profession. Those who are below the age 30. Alright guys, you're welcome. Before we continue, please let me take a moment to appreciate nature. I mean, the ambience of where I'm recording today, it's amazing. Look at the sea. It's totally amazing and I love it. Okay guys, please, in case you haven't subscribed to this channel, I beg you, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I need your subscription. Drop your comments on the videos, like them, share them, tell your friends to tell their friends. There's a show on YouTube called Before 30 and it is impacting lives, guys. Okay, so today I will be talking to a young Nigerian who is 25 years old and is achieving a whole lot. His name is Chukwuma Ezeh. Chukwuma Ezeh is a guy who has been through a lot in life. He has even served a boss, just like the Igbos do. He has served a boss for 5 years, and a lot has happened to him in his lifetime, and he is amazing. He didn't let any situation deter him from achieving success, and I can say of a truth that he has attained a certain level of success, and he's still going forward. He's strong, he is resilient, he's determined, and he is a go-getter. So guys, stay around because I'll be talking to him in a moment. I really cannot wait to talk to this guy because reading his story alone, it inspires me, and I had to look out for him to get him on the show. So guys, don't go anywhere because I'll be right back with Chukwuma in a moment. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is George. Of course you know it's me and it is Before 30. I told you guys that I will be talking to somebody who I consider to be very, very, what's the word now? I mean, he's over brilliant, honestly, because I've had a chat with him and I'm thrilled at what he's able to do, what he's able to achieve. Yeah, I mean, I really don't need to say much about him because he's here with me, and it's a pleasure to have him today on Before 30. So it's great to have you. Okay, I always do that, but then let me shake you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome, sir. Chukwuma Ezeh on Before 30. Great to have you.
It's my pleasure. Absolutely.
How have you been?
I've been good. Doing all right. Share some money in Lagos.
Of course. Somebody says I'm not going to Lagos, come Cambridge. So yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
So far, but you're not following the politician.
Nah. I feel the politician later.
Exactly. So now then they rush you.
Yeah.
But it's all good to have you. It's good to have you. So let's get straight into it. I don't know where to start because you practically do a lot, but then we're gonna start somewhere. Tell us how it all started for Chukwuma Ezeh. I know about Happy Vibes. I know about Gem the Con. Yeah, so okay, I think let's start from that part.
A long story. You're not ready for this story. Alright, so my name is Chukwuma Ezeh. I was born in the eastern part of Nigeria, Onitsha, Anambra State. And I went to school there when I got a secondary, high school education. I'm still to attend university. But after I was done with my high school, there was no money to send me to the university. My senior brother went, but I went for the Igbo apprenticeship system, which is, a young man goes to an older, richer man in business, and you live with him for a couple of years, and at the end of the agreed upon years, 6-7 years, you get settled to start your own business, and cycle continues. So I went to Igbo apprenticeship system, and I did it for 5 years. I was supposed to do 6, so I did it for 5, and I left.
Okay, you left, not like us.
Yeah, some things came up, and I couldn't continue. And
but it was just 1 year left.
Yeah, it was 1 year left, but some Igbo people say I think I did a lot, but I got an opportunity that could help me, start up my own business, and I just went to my boss. Not like I just left. I went to my boss and said, boss, okay, so look at this. Someone wants to help me start up my own business. I've served you for 5 years. I've paid you millions of naira. I mean, like you already owe me some settlement, but it's all good if you don't settle me. Let me just start, go and try to get an education and start up something. And that's how I left. The story of what now happened, how he reacted, and that's the story for him. Yeah, because you're making him money, you are his assets, you are his property, and you want to leave him. Nah. But I realized, okay, the market is nowhere the only place I should be, and that was how I left Servitude. But before I left, I already started a business under him, which was a barrel rental business. Now, when you are a houseboy, after you spend a couple of years with your master, like you are supposed to spend 6 years, but then you spend your first 3 years or 2 years, depending on what your master decides, you learn to trade. After you are done, he now gives you a small capital, let's say 1 million naira, go start up a branch, and you are now supposed to make more money from that capital, and what you are able to make is what will now be divided, and you get 35%, 33%, like the 1/3 of that money. So when I was 3 years into the journey, that was 2016, he opened up a branch for me, and I started a plumbing business branch, and I was able to make close to 2-point-something million within a period of that 2016 to 2018, 1.5 years or something. And when I started making money from that, I realized to be able to become wealthy, you don't need one stream of income. You need to support it. When money is coming from this stream, coming from that stream, joining the mainstream, makes it bigger. So I said, what can I do? That's the question I always ask myself. What can I do to give value and get more value? And that is how I was having a conversation with a friend in Asaba, and he said, barrel business. I'm like, oh, that's weird. But he now said, the people who do these barrels, they actually rent it for 200 naira per day to make money. I'm like, oh, okay. I did, research and realized that the barrel business is actually a profitable business if you know how to run it well, know how to manage it well. And barrels are low risk businesses that, if you get a wheelbarrow and it's an ice, it's steel, it's metal, so it's not something that expires tomorrow. A barrel can serve for 20 years, for 25 years. It's the same barrel. We'll keep using it, and you don't need to. All you need to do is maybe when the tube lessens or the tire spoils, which is just a small percent. You buy it for 3K, you replace it, and that happens once in a year or something. So it's not something. It's a low risk business that gives high yields. It's just that there's a lot of stress in it. So I started the barrel business idea. I was able to grow it.
So you got people?
Yeah. I registered. It's an organization. You don't just buy barrel and start. It's a whole organization, a union of barrel renters in Anambra State, and I was the youngest. I was 20 when I joined them. 20 years old, and but with the permission of my boss, because I was still under his tutelage then.
Oh, you were still under him?
Oh, under my boss. That was in 2016. I started the business. Yeah, I met him because I told him this is going to help me make more money for you. Because every money I had and was making anyway was his money. So this is going to help me make more money for you. I want to have another stream to add to this one that I'm doing. And it worked, because when it started picking up, at the end of the week I would get 10K, 12K from my barrels, and I just used that money to buy goods and keep in the shop, So that was a small but brilliant business idea that I invested in, and it started paying off. And I was able to now use it to support the plumbing materials business branch my Oga opened for me. So that's how Gem de Kong came to be. Gem de Kong barrels came to be.
Sorry, before you start, Gem de Kong, what language is that, or what?
My name is Gem. My nickname is Gem.
Okay.
That's what I started answering way back in secondary school. Gem, it means someone special, something, rare gem. And when I was a houseboy, it wasn't easy. There was a lot of obstacles to find, a lot of stuff to deal with. So I told myself that I am a conqueror, and I'm going to conquer these challenges. That is how I became Gem the Conqueror. So I made it Gem the Conqueror. That's that's my business name.
Wow.
So that's that's how I started the Gem Econ business. And when my boss, when I left him, I, through the aid of some people who supported me, I was able to now pay off for the barrels. Because he said, you're gonna give me all my money, and you're gonna give me all my money, So through the help of those people who wanted to help me, the opportunity that I got, they helped give him the money for the barrels. So I left his house owning those barrels and owning the Colombian business. That is how I started. Then I decided to venture into welding. I started becoming like a contractor. I didn't know how to weld, but what I would do is you give me a job to build this gate for you, get a skilled welder. I had the instruments, I had the shop, I had the generator, the power, I had the tools, I had everything you need to be able to make, but you bring your skill. So I rent welders who bring their skills to make the gate a reality. But I'll buy the materials, I'll buy the gas, I'll buy everything that you need to build the gate.
All you just need is gas.
Yeah, so your skill, I pay you for your skill. So the gate might cost 100K. But the welder that did it will charge me 10,000. Then the materials will be 60,000. And then the finishing might be 5,000. So at the end of the day, I'm also making 10,000. From the whole thing. So that's how I started the welding business, and I was doing gates, I was doing doors, welding stuff. This regular welding stuff, window protectors and all. And I'm just telling you the whole story now.
Right.
And then while doing the welding in Oba, the city of Oba, very close to Onitsha, that was when I now got the inspiration to do Happy Vibe.
So before you talk about Happy Vibes, okay, while you're talking, a lot of things were going through my head, like trying to figure out the kind of person that you are. You seem to be, okay, let me not tell you what I think, but tell me what drives you. Because, with all that you do, even at the young age, you were already, looking out for means of survival. What's the inspiration? What drives you?
What drives you? What makes you wake up in the morning and you want to go like, yeah, let's go, What drives me is, if we can do it, then let's do it. If we can make it better, then let's make it better. When I came into my boss's shop in the market, I changed his business. That's part of the reason why he didn't want to let me go. Because his business was, he's not educated, he's not digested, he's not very educated, so his business is just, everything is scattered, bags everywhere. He was going to Dubai, he had a lot of money in terms of, he was worth around $1 million, but business wasn't organized. So I came, it's good, but let's make it better, So if we can maximize value, then let's do it. For me, it's always value over money. I believe that value, money is as a consequence. Is a consequence of value rendered. If you give value to people, you are going to get their money. They're going to pay you for the value.
They'll be very much
So money doesn't move me. What moves me is what is the value I'm rendering, and how attached to this value are people. If people get addicted to the value you give, if you make people's life convenient, if you make people happier, if you give people value for their money, for their time, for their energy, for their emotions, if you give people value, money is going to be there. So what drives me is the urge to give value, whether it be plumbing or barrels or welding or Happy Vibe. I ask myself, how can I give value? Am I getting value? Am I wasting my time here? Am I wasting people's time? Everything I do, there's an end goal. There is something beyond. I just want to make money. So to answer the question again, what drives you? I just want to give people value. I just want to give value to the world. My value could be making people happy, helping people with difficult situations, helping people access products conveniently, helping people. Just value. That's what drives me.
Okay, that's amazing. And the current situation we're in now, every young person, I don't know, not every, but then most people would want to disagree with you that I mean, say value they put food for table me, but then I kind of understand someone who is what's the word now, very knowledgeable will understand that when you give value, people would certainly, bring out their money to pay for the value that you render. Okay, that's amazing. Well done. So now back to happy vibes.
Alright, so happy vibe is still is me answering that question again. How can I give value to the world?
Okay.
Get value in return. The pandemic 2020, I was at home. I remember I was a welder, did a welding, I ran a welding company. Now I'm not really the welder, although I can paint.
Okay.
I can spray paint when they are done with the welding, but I'm not the actual welder. But I run a welding company, I run a barrel rental service. And the markets were closed. So how am I going to survive? Because the welding, the markets where we buy the materials are closed. Everybody was on lockdown, everybody was inside, no work. The plumbing, the barrels all shut down. So my question was, how can I give value through this phone? This phone is what I use, to the world and to get value in return. And I realized that I had a voice, I had the ability to talk, I had the ability to make people smile, So I decided, I'm going to turn this gift into something valuable. Okay, I'm going to help you reach out to your. I was inspired by a call a friend of mine booked for me on February 14th through someone to wish me happy Valentine's Day.
Your girlfriend?
Not a girlfriend at that time. She's not a girlfriend, she's a friend, but she wanted to just say thank you for being an amazing friend. And she used a friend to book the call to call me.
Wow.
It was a short call, but it meant the world to me. So when the pandemic hit and because I was at my welding shop the day I received that call, I went back to my work and forgot about it. But when the pandemic hit, I realized, you can actually do this, That is how I started developing the idea. And I started adding unique features because what the other friend did for me was, using a friend. You can tell your friends, please call my mother and say happy birthday to her. But now I wanted this to become a business, become a real service, not just something you do for fun anymore. So I now started drafting, talking about it, creating content around it, calling friends, brainstorming around it, launched it. My community on Facebook came around, started supporting, booking the calls. It was 800 naira per call, but then 1,000 for celebration. But every other call, apology, you hurt someone, you want to apologize, 800. You want to say I love you to somebody, 800. You want to say happy birthday to somebody, 1K. Somebody in the US, 1,2. Somebody in Canada.
No matter how many minutes it was.
But normally the call lasts an average of 5 to 6 minutes. So this is what we now started it. And to my surprise, I knew it was something that I could drive, but I didn't know it would pick up as much as it did because people didn't even know they needed this. There was demand for it, but they didn't even know because it doesn't exist. There's no service that comes to your mind when you think of what Happy Vibe does.
Yeah.
There's no other company we are like copying. Although the idea to help people reach out to loved ones and call them is not new. People help people to do that. But it's a company, to have a model, business model for it. There's no idea. I've never seen it. So we now started it, and people started keying into it, and because I'm somebody who loves, like I said, delivering premium value, and not just take your money and say hello, George, happy birthday to you, God bless you. No, I call you and I make sure you are laughing. Ha ha ha! I speak your native language to you. I play your favorite. I ask you for your favorite song, even if it's a song from the 70s or the 80s. We're gonna sing it or play it for you. So it makes people feel so happy and so amazing, and they keep coming back. It became so addictive. People use it today, and my uncle's birthday is next week. They use it again. You're gonna call somebody for me next month, next 2 months. I'm gonna come back, because Igbo people say "Ayoma ne rome." Good market sells itself. So the word of mouth started, spreading. We do a lot of online organic marketing, and people test us, and they are happy. 90% of the people who use the company, the service, love it. So naturally, we started growing. So we just do little adverts to share the stories of success stories of people, and people were just keen into it, buying into the idea. That is how we grew into a community of over 100,000 people, made over 17,000 calls to people across the world, and we are looking to turn it into a full-blown tech company.
Amazing. While we were talking, you said you now cover most languages in Nigeria.
Not most languages. The three major languages are covered. Nigeria has 500 languages.
Yeah, of course.
250 ethnic groups, 500 different languages, and over 2,500 different dialects. So that would be quite a ways away from getting the whole languages. But we speak around 12 to 13 languages now. Efik, Ibibio, Robo, Jaw, a bit of Jaw, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Anan, Igala. So these are the languages, and then different dialects of Yoruba, different dialects of Igbo.
I don't know if Hausa has different dialects.
Hausa does. Hausa does too. Every language that they have their different dialects. The person speaking Hausa in Sokoto is not the same with the person speaking in Adamawa. Like, you are going to know that there's a difference, so that's it. And so that's how I started the company, and it's been growing so far. Now we are looking to build an app for it and turn it into a full-blown tech company.
Oh, amazing. So turning it into a full-blown tech company, are there other areas you're looking at?
Oh yeah, definitely. Happy Vibe is we didn't call, me now, like I said again, value, we are here to give value, so we are not going to confine ourselves to just making Happy Vibe, making one-time calls.
Yeah.
Because there are so many diagonals the company could go in terms of offering, some people come to book calls, do you have cake? I want to buy cake for my loved one, for my girlfriend, we'll be like, we don't have cake.
Okay.
So if we had cake, they will book a call for 1,000, but then they will buy a cake for 15K. So you see, the cake maker is making money through us. So we are the Uber of happiness. In the future, people are going to sign up on our platform. You know how to. You is also a fashion designer.
Yeah.
And you can make fashion, you can make clothes. If the girl wants to book a call, what else can I do for my man? She finds that option. You can sew a suit for him. It goes for 45K. And she says, okay, she clicks on it, gets us the size, and Happy Vibe links you up, the tailor, we get our cut, you make the clothes for the lady, she makes her man happy. She makes it, so there are so many diagonals. You can enter e-commerce, you can enter entertainment, as long as you have a service, a product that people come around, people use, the possibilities of what you can do with them are just endless, because if they trust your brand, if you trust me and you trust what I can do, I can sell a car to you and you're going to buy it if you need that car and you have the money. Because you now know that you can trust Chukwuma. Chukwuma helped you reconcile your broken marriage. Chukwuma helped you reconcile with your father. If Chukwuma is selling a car and it's a car that I want, I will buy it from Chukwuma because I'm already emotionally attached to Happy Vibe. So you're going to do so many other things.
So many questions running through my head, and I wish we had a lot of times to go through it. Okay, I want to ask this. You're 25. Of course, this is before 30, so we get to know your age. You're 25, and at this point, you have all this going. You have all this working out. You have all this that you are looking at. Have you, at any point in time, talk to yourself like, okay, dude, can you slow down? Or has there been any time that you felt I'm running too fast? Maybe I should slow down.
One of the things that gives me the biggest satisfaction is that every month, Happy Vibe has over 60 young people on its payroll. Some are getting $3, some are getting $5, some are getting $100, some are getting $200. But at the end of the month, 60 different accounts get created. From this simple idea I started in my room in Oba. So when I win, I don't even say, oh, I'm winning. It's we are winning. Because say like Tunde Onakara of Chess Slums. He's my brother, he's my guy, he's my friend. When he wins, I win because he has the number of the governor. If I want to talk to the governor of Lagos State now, I call my guy, bro.
I think you even won an award from the Future Award.
Yeah, he won an award for the Future Social Entrepreneur. Something like that. So he's a very renowned person, you know, and all it takes is just to give him a call. Please call these guys for me. And he calls those guys, and those guys are like, today called us, no, what do you want? To this guy, you know? So what am I saying is, when someone in your circle wins, or when someone part of your organization wins, the win gets to everybody. So when I win, which I still think I'm not even winning enough. I mean, I'm grateful for where I am, but at the same time, I know that there is somewhere we're going. Or as I win, I don't say, oh, I'm winning too much, I need to slow down. I say, okay, there are people whose destinies are tied to mine. If I win, they win. If I became irresponsible and started chasing girls and squandered all my money, my mother would keep suffering. My brothers, right now, my senior brother, who's a graduate of University of Anambra State, is running the world in business and he's doing well. He's an engineer. He's now running the world in business. He can weld too. He's employed. You know, if I didn't start that world in business, my senior brother might be unemployed now. My younger brother is the one managing the barrel business and he's the one in charge of printing and selling Happy Vibe t-shirts in the East. He's doing well too. Why? Because, you know, so when I win, my family wins, my friends wins, and then it trickles down to their friends and their families and their people. So to answer your question, no. I'm not slowing down. We're going to keep. All we do is win, no matter what. Got money, got my mind, I can never get enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Really, really amazing. Okay, another question. Of course, it was while we were talking today that I realized that you don't have a university degree yet. Do you think that university degree, has anything to do with how successful anybody becomes in life? I mean, look at you speak so well. Nobody would even, be able to know that you don't have that yet. I mean, what's it for you? Do you think that really it has to be, you must go to school to acquire this, you must go to school, or school has to be the basis for you to, have a path?
There's something saying, last school, that's calm. I don't think school is calm. I actually am planning. Once I'm able to set up my company to a level where I can be comfortable enough to go to school, I will go to school. I want to get an education. I want to, as much as I can speak, I'm self-educated, self-enlightened, I can speak eloquently, I can express myself very well. I don't think that if an educated person comes there that they can intimidate me, because I can hold my own. But at the same time, education is important. It is the most important thing that Nigeria as a country needs. You need to emancipate your mind. You need to be educated. When you are educated, it opens you up to so many more possibilities. If you don't know, you don't know. So as much as I know that I'm better off than a lot of educated people or graduates, I still want to get an education. I believe that with a degree in a particular field, it's also going to help me do more and be more. I moved from the East to Lagos. I don't have any brothers here, I don't have any family here. But I just said, you know what? I'm going to take this risk, I'm going to go. So you have to be creative. Even if you have education, don't sleep on it. There are people who have education, but they are doing Uber. People who have education, they don't care, they are doing shawarma. There are people who don't care. They are doing something as long as they're putting food on their table. There are people who they use that their education, do the maths very well. They're selling popcorn, but that popcorn they are selling 1,000 units a day. They're making 15 naira per popcorn. 15 naira times 1,000 a day. You know how much it is profit? If you make 15 naira, and then you sell 1,000 units, that's 50k.
That's 50k.
So that's the mentality. I don't believe. Wake up. If you're looking for government to give you a job, like you come out of school immediately, there's a job waiting for you, like before wake up. You have to give yourself jobs now. Those days are gone. So now just get an education if you can. If there is money and there are people to send you to school, or get an education. Do not totally rely on just your education. Even while you are getting educated, get other types of educated. Get education, get business education, get street smart education, get so that you can be able, like me now, strip me of all my suits, strip me of everything, drop me in a foreign country, come back 10 years. Come back 10 years, you will see I have shops. I have shops in that foreign country. As long as they don't kill me, you know, I'm going to go make friends, start small, build from scratch, and make money. Happy Vibe started with this phone. This is Happy Vibe is a company valued at tens of thousands of dollars as we speak, you know. But it started on this phone. Just this phone. This particular phone. That's where we started. And my head.
This phone has to stay.
Yeah. This one I'm going to it's antiquity. I'm going to after I'm done using it, I'll just package it and keep it. So it started with this phone. I didn't wait for me to get funding of 1 million or 5 million. There are a lot of people that can't do the business, but I just said, what do I have? I can talk. I have a phone. I can do WhatsApp. I can do Facebook. You can make calls. Let's go immediately now. We just started. I started with earphone. We started business, and that's how we do. So my advice is, education is important, but at the same time, do not just rely, hold your hands and say, I've gotten a master's degree. Now the world is going to bow at my feet. Don't work like that, especially in Nigeria. Don't work like that. You still need to be gritty.
So much more.
Grit is that hunger, that drive to do things, to solve problems, to deliver value. You have to be. I'm very hungry. I came to Lagos. I lived in Ikorodu. From Ikorodu, I went to Yaba. I've gone to Oshodi. I've gone everywhere. I'm hungry. After I said, okay, I want to move to Lekki. You know, from this Lekki, who knows where else I will move to? So you have to be hungry. You have to move out of your comfort zone. Don't rely on your mama or papa to do it for you. Get up, go out there, pursue anything you see, as long as it's legit, no shame. I've done barrel business, done welding. You see me dirty, doing painting, doing welding business. It's not a clean job, very dirty, demanding job. You know, don't boy. So anything it is, whether it's clean collar job or dirty collar job, just go out, start doing something, contributing your quota to the economy, solving problems. Before you know it, you start seeing yourself going still. Don't do Yahoo.
Of course. Just a few more questions I need to ask. Hi guys, welcome back to end it on this episode of Before 30, but I'll take these questions when we return from the break, so please don't go anywhere. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is George, you already know, and it's still Before 30. I'm still here with Chukwuma, and then we're talking about all that he does. He's actually a fine gentleman that is taking the world by storm.
Don't punch.
Yeah, so we've been talking about, in case you're just tuning in, we've been talking about all that he does. I mean, you just need to watch from the top to get to know all that this guy does. He's a great guy, an amazing guy. All right, so before we went on the break, I wanted to ask you more like a personal question. Your mom, how is she with you? With all that you've been able to achieve at this point, how's she feeling?
She's
There was a picture, sorry to cut you, there was a picture I saw you posted some time ago on LinkedIn when you were leaving.
Yeah.
And then
I left last year because when I came from servitude, my mother was a hawker selling soya milk in the markets of Onitsha. She suffered for more than 20-something years because being a single mom of 4 kids without an education, she went to secondary, but she's not really, she doesn't have a tertiary institution education. She's not educationally equipped to work, and then she doesn't have money in her family or anything, so she had to suffer, from the scratch to raise all of us. So when I came home, I stopped having hawking. I rented an apartment and got her into an apartment, started taking care of her. I became like her dead husband, and so she's happy. For the first time in 20 years, she could it could be raining outside and she doesn't care. It's because if you're selling something cold, ice cream or yogurt or also milk, and it rains, nobody's gonna buy it. People are gonna buy it when it's hot, you know. So when it's hot, you're gonna get the sun on you while you're walking to sell it, you know, something. And at the end of the day, you're making 1K or 1.5 profit. So now she doesn't care about. The truth is, inflation is going off the roof. Everything is expensive in Nigeria, but she doesn't really care anymore, you know, because we now have to be the ones to worry about. Things are now getting expensive. Gary is not expensive. She's no longer the one feeding the children, so she's really happy. My senior brother left my apartment with them, left my business, so they are the ones who are taking care of her over there. We talk all the time, and I went, you know, Christmas. She said, "Come home, I want to see you." So I went home, went to see her. So we took these other pictures when I went to see her in January, Christmas. So she's happy. She's glad that her children are responsible, you know, doing things, helping out, taking care of her. And yeah, you know, she loves me a lot. I love her a lot too. Doing a lot of this to just make sure that she has a comfortable life. And I'm glad that we're providing her that comfortable life.
That's amazing. Great. It's been amazing talking to you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming, and we're looking forward to more, you know, greater heights, you know, from you and the team at Happy Vibes. You guys, well done. Maybe I'm gonna get you guys to call.
Oh, definitely. All you need to do is send a message and make a call.
That's great. You've heard it. In case you need their services, please, you can reach out to them. Happy Vibes. They'll help you make your. I don't want to call anybody, but then they'll make people happy. Help you with that. All right, guys. It's been amazing talking to this fine young man on this show today. I'm sure that someone out there has been greatly inspired. Yeah, because this is what we do on Before 30. We bring young Nigerians who are doing amazingly well to talk to them and get someone inspired. Also let people know what they're doing. And I'm grateful today for having Chukwuma in the studio. And it's going to be another wonderful episode next time with another great young Nigerian who is doing amazing work. So from me and Chukwuma, it's bye for now, guys.